Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm back with another Lovely Gardening Bits video. I know it's been a while. It's just been a busy past few weeks. Joanna and I went to London for a weekend in June. Feels like it was ages ago, right before the Jubilee. And then a couple of weeks later we went to Italy for a weekend. And so in between those times I was trying to get all my work done, get stuff organised. And then at the time as well I just felt really overwhelmed. And when that happens to me, gardening is my therapy. And I just didn't want to film when I was out there. I just wanted to be out there and just prune stuff, plant stuff, repot stuff and just do it for me. So I hope you understand. I love sharing the garden because I really do. I love sharing the garden, but you know, there's times where I'm just like, I just need to not be creating content, not filming everything that I'm doing and just, I don't know, live life. And I just had a really lovely last few weeks. And then last weekend was the weekend where I organised my office here. That was a challenge. I moved stuff around, I decluttered, and that was like a proper like two and a half day job. So I didn't do any gardening last weekend. But I thought I'd come back with a tour of my jardin and show you everything that's been happening in it over the last few weeks. I was watching Monty John a couple of weeks ago and he said July is the time that you enjoy your garden. And I was like, Monty John, I still have like a lot that I want to do in it. But then also, as the garden is evolving, I'm kind of seeing what I want to do for next year, or things that I would change, or plants that I would move, or beds that I want to dig. So I think autumn will be like a busy one for me because I want to kind of do a lot of the preps that I'm not kind of doing it all next kind of February or March. But yes, there's been lots growing, lots blooming. I do have to weed the border. Do you remember the border that I dug, whenever that was? Was that April or May? And I put all the plants in there. They're only like that size. Wait to see the size of them, and oh, I haven't been out to weed properly. And as well, like in Ireland here, the weather hasn't been great. It's very warm and very muggy today. So as soon as I finish filming this bit, the hair is going back up, roasting. And I do need to go out and like weed the border. I need to like cut around the edges of like the beds and stuff. But anyway, enough of me waffling. Let's go out into the garden. Let me show you the colour, the abundance that is outside. Going to give you a little overview of the garden first and then I'll show it to you in more detail. But this is what we're looking at right now. I have to talk about these, but I'll do that later. Okay, I know this looks messy, but these are my poached eggs and I'm waiting for them to go to seed. I've already collected some seeds for next year because, do you know what, we want to be able to save as much as we can. This is the border. Do you remember when these plants are only like that size? Look at them now. So I know it was a bit late, but I mulched it yesterday. I'll give it another mulch in the autumn. But I weeded it as well. I can't remember what this is. Something Carlo something. But I need to get kind of plant holder-uppers, supports, that's the word. Because one of them is like quite floppy over. But that's another day's job. Look at the verbena. Oh, I love verbena. I just think it's so delicate. And it just gives height. Now, I think what I would do in the future would be to put the verbena kind of further back. But I didn't want to have like a traditional border of like everything tall being at the back and there and everything short at the front. I just wanted your eye to kind of draw and like look over everything. But I just think verbena is gas. See this structure. This looks like a head and two arms of someone going, hey, how you doing? So next we have the terracotta achillea. I love these so much. You can see some of them haven't turned yet. Some of them have turned from like yellow to orange or vice versa. Probably orange to yellow. And the rose bush has come on so well. It was taking a while to kind of get going. But do you remember back in January, February, Mum cut it down to like a little stump. That's it now. It's fab. In the back here we have the salvia, which I love, but I can't see them because these are so tall. Sorry, but they're just a lovely kind of deep purple. Then here I put, oh my god, what are they called? Dwarf Rudbeckia, that's what it is. Just see, so you can kind of start to see the buds. So you give it another couple of days and we'll be good to go on them. Now, I don't remember the name of this rose bush, but I just love the fact that like they start off this colour, then you can see that it changes to this, then it changes to the pinky colour, then it goes to the light pink. Oh my god, it's just so fab. I think I want to try and take cuttings this year. Cuttings. Because I would love that. I don't know, I just would love another one. So again here, more of the terracotta achillea. It's mad that the ones here are a lot more colourful than here, are kind of like have bloomed faster. But the verbena shot up. Bloody hell. So here, I had an extra, I pulled up something here. I can't remember what I pulled up. I can't remember. But I had space, so I'm after putting other regular Rudbeckias. I can't remember what that was. Now, whatever this is starting to come out now as well. We have more verbena, and then we're onto the vegetable section. So I know there's an abundance of peas, but my nephew's coming over the weekend and he's going to eat loads of them. So in my last, or one of my last videos, or my last video, you saw me putting peas in here, and like, look, millions. So we've like loads of purple peas. We have mange tous. Oh, sorry. Or as when I used to work in Dunn's years ago, people used to call them mangatoots. So I still do. But like, look, that is a grand, juicy one. So that's what Matthew loves doing. He comes in, chomps them all, sits on the swing and eats them. But there's still lots more coming. And I know that whenever we kind of pull these off, that more will kind of come out. So happy days. Again, more here. These purple ones, when you look inside, they're green. I'll show it to you later. Sorry, apologies for my nails as well. I need to do them. So then we have the veg beds. The carrots are coming on great. I need to weed this bed as well. I actually need to weed the other one as well. But we're dying to play Guess the Carrot because these are like multicoloured carrots in there. So again, lots of peas. These are little rose cuttings that Mum planted that are coming on great. The strawberries are coming on well as well. I think that one is one of them little extra like runners, see, like here. So I've been kind of planting them, and I'm going to turn them into more plants, do you know, might as well. Oh, I see a strawberry. So here we have the corn on the cob, which is flying up now. It's really good. And then we have here the courgettes. So I have a couple of different varieties in here. Let me show you. So can you see there's like a little roundy one? I think he's ready to be chomped. And then we have some yellow ones as well. So I need to cut back a few of the leaves there too. I dug up the lettuces because we did eat a good amount, and I bought more stuff today to plant in there. So I will do that. And then we have the sweet peas that I didn't think would ever take off, but they're after shooting up. And we've cut them back, or like kind of taken flowers off them twice now. And with sweet peas, the more you cut, the more they'll flower. So we are going to leave some of the flowers to go to seed here like this. So when that goes all kind of dry and hard, we'll know we'll be able to like take the seeds off for next year. But they smell incredible. So then we have the sunflower area. I know I need to get proper supports for them, but I ran out of bamboo, so I had to use string to keep them up. But these are what they call sunburst mixed, I think. So we have obviously a mix. Like, look at this guy. This guy is having a moment. He doesn't want to look at us. Same with those. But there's so many heads on these. Can you see? Like, even look, in this one sunflower, there's a head there, another one there. Sunflowers make me so happy. If you don't know, they are my favourite flower. Look at him. This one bloomed first, so I'm going to let that all dry out because the seeds will be developing under there. And either I'll take them off for next year or let the birds go wild. Under here I planted oxeye daisies, but I think that the sunflowers are kind of shading them a bit, but listen, it'll be grand. The lavender is blooming. Mum took a few cuttings there and has them in the hot press, that's what it's called, oh my god, to dry them out. And so we have another sunflower there. Oh my god, it's like got a good few heads, or no, a couple of heads there. And then we have the arch. let me show you. So the things have not quite grown up them as I had envisioned, but it's a learning curve. So here on this side we have the peas, and then on this side we have the beans, and we have the same peas and beans on this side. But look, we've got a purple bean there. I planted, oh, I must actually tie that on. Oh no, don't attach to him. I'll have to fix that later. Yeah, so I put some nasturtiums there as well. I have some verbena there too. I moved this grass here. I bought that last year because it's so delicate. Hold on. See there? I moved that from the other wall, so I probably will plant that. And this is probably one of my favourite plants in the garden. It's the geranium. Bought it last year and it's just come back so much better this year. I love it. Let's continue on. So we have some dahlias that have, like, this one just keeps getting chomped. God love them. We'll see what happens with this. And then we have the tomato field. So do you remember Matthew and I sowed loads of tomatoes? Yeah, I think we're going to have a good harvest. There's some in there. There are lots of flowers and you can hear the bees around them. Look, there's one there. We've got lots there. There we have some kind of peppers. I think there's 2 varieties, I can't remember. And those are melons. I need to put them in actually a bigger pot. So see this little sunflower plant here? It's called Little Dorrit, and it's perfect for pots. I'm definitely going to plant more of those later. I will leave them to go to seed so that I have seeds for next year. One of my favourite things to do is to prune the tomatoes. It's the most soothing, relaxing thing ever. And here we have the cottage garden area. That's what I call it. But I'm not entirely happy with it. I went to the garden centre today to have a little look and bought a load of plants. So I'm probably going to mix and move things around a little bit. My poor olive has seen better days. I think I've been overwatering it. It's had like a lot of leaf drop. So I don't know. I'll have to kind of wait and see. I'm not going to water it for a while anyway and see. But we have some poppies, I think. I can't remember. Oh no, this is called Telectrum. I cut back that catmint and that catmint, and because it was getting really like leggy and looked scaldy, and there's more kind of grown in there. I had to tie these. I think they're alliums, but I don't really like them. I probably will move them. And then I think that these pelargoniums or geraniums are too white for here. I want this to be like this. See this plant here? So this is Candy Tuft Dwarf Fairy. I think that's what it's called. But I just love the hues of pink and purple. And I have another pot up there, because I think those colours just go really nicely against the colour of the fence. The Cosmos, these are seeds from last year. They have come on so much over the last few weeks, like properly mad. And then I bought some lupins the other day, so I'm going to deadhead the purple one and see if we can get it to give more flowers. This, I think this is a dahlia, finally coming out. I think these are campanulas, or as Catherine and I like to call them, campanulas. I found a little fuchsia in a pot there, so I was like, oh sure, bring it up here. And then, see, this pot here and this pot here is from the Mother's Day pot that I got for Mum back in March. But yellow just doesn't go, so I think I'm going to put this pot and this pot over here. Actually, let me show you what's happening here. Anemones didn't really happen this year. This is like the box of surprise. I think it's sweet peas. I don't know. I found the little shoots in like kind of vegetable bits that I was planting. Cosmos. I just have like a mix in here. I love Cosmos. I like that they get really kind of leggy, but I think it was in another video that I showed that I had pinched them out, so they're really bushy this year. Look at that grass. See, I love that movement. I'd actually love another one of those. That is definitely a weed in there. But even that little acer tree, that is long dead, but these blue things have come back, so I'll just leave it there for now. I moved the honeysuckle to here, but I don't think she's really happy here. It's not growing as fast as it used to, so I think what I'm going to do is plant it along, like, I'm going to put it here, I think, on the inside of the arch and let it grow up the arch. We'll see. So this little area, that's a mix of dead and alive plants. Now, this thing, the Brunnera, is like a tiny little blue flower. That plant died back and it's after coming back. We've got an astilbe, I think. The acer is looking good. That tree not looking great. We've a fern. I think we've another astilbe. Now look at these, the crocosmia. Are they fab? I love them so much. I'm so happy with it, and there's a few projects that I want to do over the next few weeks as well. Like, it's plant city out there. But I love how it looks, and I think it's just going to evolve as the years go on. But there is so much room for improvement, and that's what I really love about gardening. It's like the learning. I get like a lot of messages from people going, you should do this, you should do that. And I'm like, but I just want to do what I want to do. I like the suggestions, but this is how I'm going to learn, is by planting things, seeing how they grow, seeing if like things are too squashed together. I'm always doing that, planting things too close together, but that's how I'm going to learn. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. I have some bits that I want to do out there. It's going to involve a saw. Wish me luck.